She dances in the rain.
In the studio with Bob Reed and Blair Peckham continues.
Quality of quantity. It's a very thought that. It's haunting me. And the other type, what the time? You seem hyper. Well, it's the time. Just want to relax. Stay good.
More music from our guest, ColinResponse. I love that name. well done, man. ColinResponse in the studio with us, and we're hearing about this huge Hennessy's Artistry Talent Quest that he became the international winner of, over thousands of entries from all over the world. So you told us you got to go to Cognac, France, you got to go to Hennessy headquarters, and then you performed at a big festival. So we want to get to that, but also want to talk about this series of workshops that you're running in secondary schools around the GTA starting in September, right?
Yeah.
What's that all about?
We're going to go around to secondary schools, and we're going to bring the band, perform there, kind of to pique the interest of students before we start to talk to them about pursuing their career, not particularly directed in performing arts, but really shedding light on the fact that they can pursue any career that they decide they want to, despite what other people may be telling them. Really, it's just about thinking critically about the direction they're taking and being creative.
This makes total sense to me because, as somebody who hasn't had a real job, I'm talking about myself, hasn't had a real job since 1985, and I've, made a decent living being an entrepreneur and being a freelancer. It seems to me that not enough young people feel that they can do anything. Yeah. They feel that they must, choose something that they're not particularly interested in, but it'll make them a living. Well, that's one way to go. What you're saying with this program is, no, but think about your other options. And what's the name of the program?
Expect everything.
Which is the whole point. Exactly. Which is really, I think it's very aptly named.
And I take it, Colin, you live your life by that philosophy.
Absolutely. Hope for nothing, expect everything.
Yeah. I notice you don't have hope for nothing in there.
I couldn't pitch that as well.
Yeah, you should. When you started down a musical path, did you get pushback from your parents or for others saying, oh, man, what are you thinking? You should go into something more stable, more reliable?
Actually, oddly enough, I never got pushback from my parents. I never really got pushed forward, though, either. Yeah. But pushback from every other element. Like the obvious, are you sure you want to go in that direction? Mm-hmm. There's this many people who can do it. I mean, somebody's doing it. It can be done.
Yeah. I have been told, and sometimes I've even counseled other people this, and I'm ashamed. I'm hanging my head in shame. But that it's a tough world out there, and that the music business is smaller than ever, and it really is in a lot of ways. However, there's more music out there than ever, and the important thing to remember, as you just said, is people are having hit records every day. Mm-hmm. Somebody's having hit records, so why wouldn't it be you or me? It can be done clearly. So I think it's great. I think it's really great that you're trying to open people's eyes.
You got to be smart about it too, though. At the same time, you got to have a good sense of self and recognize the level of talent and the level of commitment and dedication you've got to have, rather than just saying, "No, I'm going to be a star, man. It's going to be awesome."
How many schools are you going to hit? Do you have any idea?
The plan is to hit at least 15 to 20 because we're going to be doing this before the album releases in January. But we're going to continue to do it throughout the year as well. Maybe not in such close proximity, but just something throughout. Because to be honest, when I was in high school, one lasting memory I have was there was a band that came in from Montreal, and they were playing in our cafeteria. And I mean, you're in high school, so for all I know, they totally could have sucked. But in that moment, school sucked more. Yeah. So it was a great experience, and I vividly remember it. So thinking about that experience, I just know that it's so much to give back to the community, to have that experience and to offer that experience if I have the ability to do so.
Yeah, I think that's great. I remember in grade 7, Bob, this name may mean something to you. Haygood Hardy and the Montage
absolutely
came to my grade 7 school in the cafeteria, and we watched them, and I had no idea who they were. But and they didn't do any songs that I was familiar with. It didn't matter. It was just music, man. Yeah. It was music happening. And so I directly blame Haygood Hardy.
For setting you on this path.
Yeah. It's people like him who kept me from being a lawyer.
Hey, good Hardy. ColinResponse is our guest, and that's really cool about the school thing. So best of luck with that. As you mentioned, you're working towards an album release in next January. All right, listen, hold the story there. We got to take a break and sell some stuff. But ColinResponse is in the studio with us. His website, ColinResponse.ca, and we're going to hear more about winning this competition and the kind of doors that has opened for you. When In the Studio returns right after this on In Depth Radio, News Talk 1010.
I said to treat you like a queen and take you to a place that you never been. Surfing every way for your cerebral cortex to the tide. Not for any means, yeah, just simply for the ride. Now hope that I stare so deep into the sea to tease your eyes that I infiltrate your mind. That collide with the symbol to surf your thoughts that you thought I'd ignore just to dismiss the pain. But this one's worth it. She's got a brain. I said the way it works is you fall apart.
This is In the Studio with Bob Reed and Blair Peckham.